to start the program. So my role is very simple, is to welcome the first years and welcome our colleagues from the psychosocial departments that are going to be speaking to you. Nyakumbula Mospente today is important, right? Nyakumbula? Yes. Benikona was on Monday? Yes. So today is psychosocial support departments, very critical departments that you need to pay attention to. Because starting university, as much as it is exciting, it can be very overwhelming, right? It can be overwhelming because it's a new environment. It's quite intimidating to be at university. And so today we are going to help you to walk the journey, right? So that you are not alone and understand that you are not alone in this new journey. There's also a lot of expectations for being at university, right? So we don't want to downplay that. You are expected to perform academically. You are expected to take care of yourself because you are responsible for yourself, to make decisions, right, about your life here at university. We want to make sure that you know which decisions are going to be good, which decisions are going to be bad, right? Because the decisions that you're gonna make have consequences, whether good or bad, right? So you have a choice now, you're at university, you can decide to do whatever you want to do, but the choice that you're gonna make has either a good or bad consequence. And the unfortunate thing is that as much as you have choice, you have the will, the power to decide, you can't decide on the consequence, right? You can decide what you want to do, but the consequence is going to come, and you have to deal with it. So we're here to help you to make good decisions, better choices, right? To make your journey easy. Coming to university means that you now have responsibilities. Mama who's going to wake you up and remind you to study. If you want to well, you can do that. And academics is our back, right? If you want to bunk classes, you can do that. Academics is our back, right? If you want to go out partying with your friends, you can do that here. But the academics is out any. We were not waiting for anyone. And you will hear this from your lecturers and the faculties when they tell you about the expectations academically. So be reminded that whatever you do, the academic project doesn't wait for no one. Things continue. So we're here to remind you that you have a responsibility. You are responsible for yourself, right? When you make decisions, make them in a responsible way because you have to account to yourself for the decisions that you've made. I also blame someone by, that's why I'm going, I can't go to Funda. You are the one, right? You are the one that made the decision. You must make sure that you make the right decision. Very important also to remind you that, of course, there are challenges in university. It's exciting because you want to get your degree and you think that it's a straightforward type of journey, but it can have challenges. So the colleagues are going to talk to you about some of the challenges that you may experience as a first year and how to navigate and deal with those challenges. So the program is here to remind you that you have the support and your academic success depend on you actually understanding who can support you in becoming a successful somebody. You can't succeed alone in university. So we want you to know that your health is important. That's why we have the healthcare services here. We want you to know that university has a zero tolerance of GBV. That's why the GBV unit is here to talk to you about that. We want you to know that the university cares about your mental health. The SCU is here to help you understand, things around mental health. And of course, the other colleagues from other departments, such as your governance and legal affairs, who are going to be coming later, are also going to remind you about the university rules. And campus control is going to tell you also about just campus safety, right? So please listen up, take notes. Nina smartphones mostly. You you can take notes on your phone so that you points as Wamkelekile, you have them. And at the end of the day, at the end of today, we want you to also know that if anything happens, right, you know who to contact, okay? Reliable people, professional people that you can go ask for help, okay? Because things might not go as planned, and so we want you to know where to go during the year. So I want to say to you, Ngoku, you are going to be on your own, and it's going to be very important that you also align yourself with the right people, align yourself with the right friends, right? Because the friend group that you are in can make or break you, can delay you even in your academic journey. So very, very important. So you see, this freedom, Emandi, is with a lot of responsibilities. So I want you to remember that, but rest assured that we are here as Student Affairs to support you, and of course, the units that are going to present here are going to tell you exactly how they will support you. So listen very carefully, ask questions if you are needing to clarify something, and make sure that you make the best of this day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Chi. Colleagues, we are going to move in this fashion. We are going to take 2 departments and then see how it goes. We'll take, I'll call the first 2, and then they will come and present, and then as and when the program continues, we will do that. So I'm going to start with the first presentation, which will be done by Student Counseling Unit, and they will be talking to us, or talking to you rather, about prioritizing your mental health. And then immediately after SCU, we will then have health and wellness services. They will come and talk to us about a whole lot of different things that are offered from the department. Yeah, and then I'll come back again. So we'll have SCU, and then immediately after SCU, health and wellness. Strictly, you are allowed to exceed not more than 10 minutes. If you are good, you can give us 5 minutes, because you know your presentation by heart. Good on their first day, they even know what is a strike. So they've been exposed. So let's just give them that grace. DJ, Baspagamise again, Student Counseling Unit, Bazoteta Nati, and then see Fumanege presentation from Health and Wellness Services. DJ.
Or you want to speak another language? Good afternoon. Dumelan. Okay, so standing here is Nomakholwa Poko. As you can see, I'm not alone. I'm with my colleague, Boykuzo Sitedi, and we are both intern psychologists from the Student Counseling Unit. So we're gonna explain to you what SCU is all about. So the Student Counseling Unit is under the Student Affairs Division, and it consists of qualified, professional, and registered psychologists, intern psychologists, us, and social workers. So the main aim for student counseling unit is to support students to improve their functioning. It basically aims to promote their wellness and their mental health in overall. As you can see in that banner, this is us SCU. But it is also important to differentiate between mental illness and mental health. So mental illness, it refers to a variety of conditions. And those conditions, they affect your thinking, your moods, your behavior. And they impair, or rather, they hinder your functioning. Now, when we look at mental health, it is different now. Because mental health, it is a state of mental well-being. It enables people to cope with stress effectively and realize their abilities, learn and work well. So do you get the difference? So mental health is about your feelings, your thinking, and how you cope with your daily challenges. So now where do we come in as the SCU? Our counseling unit, it operates under a holistic wellness model which supports students in terms of several wellness areas. And these areas include your emotional wellness, your academic wellness, your social, your physical, your environmental, and financial wellness. And the SCU has 3 important roles. They have 1, prevention. So SCU's role is to organize preventative programs to provide guidance, raise awareness, and educate students. So the unit has a lot of awareness programs, but I will not dive deep onto that. My colleague will do all that. And the second role is holistic support. So SCU provides counseling services, professional psychological and mental health services to all students. And I think it's also important to emphasize that our services are free of charge. You don't have to pay for our services, and it caters for all students regardless of which faculty you are in. And another thing is career services. So SCU plays a huge role in developing graduate attributes through the provision of graduate programs. There are also several programs for graduates, but all those programs will be mentioned by my colleague next to me. As you are in this new environment, you'll be faced with a lot of challenges. I think UVC did warn you Monday that you are here in this environment alone. You have no parental supervision. You have to learn to be independent if you were dependent. And one of those challenges that you will face, firstly, is adjustment difficulties. So now you are at rest, you're no longer at home. One, you'll be sharing a space with someone else. You might be doing things differently with your roommate. And unfortunately, you don't have a choice, but you were stuck with your roommate. So those things, they affect your mental health if you and your roommate are not cooperating well. And also, I need to warn you that the first and the second semester might be challenging for you. It might be very, very challenging, but as SCU, that is why our unit was established to combat such challenges. And another thing is academic stress. You will be faced with stress in terms of your learning process or your activities. Let's make, for example, you'll be using now electronic gadgets. And some students are from environments where they were not exposed to laptops, but now you'll be using your laptops to submit your work, to write your assignments, sometimes to write your test. And some people struggle and it affects their mental health. Another thing is relationships. We know that people meet varsity sweethearts, but also relationship also looks at friendships, right? So some friendships are toxic. Now, when you look at romantic relationship now, it might not work out, it might work out, but if it does not, it causes stress and it impairs with your functioning because we are Goa. And as SCU, we are there. And I want to tell you something that do not minimize or invalidate your challenges. Just come to SCU, you book a session with us, but my colleague will explain all that. And it is also important to know that you don't book an SCU session only when things are falling apart, but also when you feel like I'm going through and you are going, or things are heavy, you're struggling, then you can book a session with us. I hope siyayazi that it's no longer about uyapambana umntu when they are attending counseling services. No, it's not about that. As I've explained the difference between mental illness and mental health. And my last remark is that SCU is here to walk with you in this journey through the ups and downs of university life. So know that you don't have to be alone because SCU is here for you.
As my colleague introduced me earlier on, my name is Wikuzo Sitedi, and I'm also one of the intern psychologists at SCU. So my colleague has really covered in essence what SCU is and the type of services it provides. So in light of that, SCU has a variety of programs that are there to help your wellness, right? And as you mentioned, when we speak of wellness, it's not only limited to your psychological functioning, but it also comprises of social, academic, as well as financial wellness, right? So just to go briefly through a few programs that SU has in place. The first one is the first year experience, right? Now this comprises of firstly orientation, which is why we're here, to kind of give you a brief introduction of the University of Fort Hare and the type of community you will be assimilating into. And then we also have another important one, which is first year mentorship, right? And I highly encourage every single one of you to sign up for the mentorship program, where you will be assigned a mentor who will help you navigate, university life, and they may also be able to redirect you in the right places if you need any help. And then SU also offers individual therapy. I think my colleague might have touched on that. We'll just also get into how you can book an individual session as well. That's where you'd have a one-on-one session with one of the psychologists at the center. And then we also have another important one, which is race talks, right? So these normally happen on Thursdays, unless otherwise communicated at the respective residences, right? And this is where we cover a variety of topics. As my colleague mentioned, things like love, relationships. It doesn't have to be only romantic relationships, including platonic as well, and also looking at establishing healthy boundaries and how to maintain boundaries. Because these are really important conversations that need to be had, and it's experiences that you incur along your life in varsity and also throughout. So it's not only limited to your experiences in university, but it's experiences that you will go through in life. And then another program that we have is graduate training programs. So this one comprises of things like CV writing and interview skills, as well as financial literacy. And I do want to emphasize that the graduate training program is not only limited to senior students, like third and fourth year students, you are also allowed to partake in the activities, and I think it's quite a beneficial thing to engage in as well from as early as possible, right? Because you don't want to find yourself third year, fourth year now, you're starting to get into the job market, and you are taking go for job interview. So I think it's best to equip yourself with the necessary skills as early as possible, and also inclusive of financial literacy as well. You are now becoming a young adult, and you need to start being responsible, looking at things like budgeting, investing and also saving as well. So SU does provide such services. And then other services that we provide is career counseling and guidance as well. It does happen that you get into university and mid-year you're like, I'm not too sure about the course that I'm studying. Does it really align with the person that I am, the values, and what I want to achieve in life? So SU does offer such services as well. And then just to quickly skim the other programs that we also have, because of time constraints, we also offer trauma debriefing. We're also involved in community projects, and then we also offer departmental or faculty workshops on mental health, and we also provide crisis intervention, right? So So just so you know, in the East London campus, SCU services are found at 4 Oxford Road, right? You can, if you're not sure where that is, you can ask security around campus. They're always willing to help. Alternatively, I think we exist within the digital age, and there's also free Wi-Fi on campus, so you can just punch in the address on Google Maps, and it will show you where to go. So I wanted us now to get into how do you gain access to the services, right? So looking at how do you book an appointment. So unfortunately, as SCU, we don't take walk-ins. You need to set an appointment, right? So in order to set an appointment, you can either call, the number's just over there at the bottom, East London, or you can email Ulisa Kanya Hanana at lhanana@ufh.ac.za. Or alternatively, if you do want to stretch your legs, you can come by to the center, and then you have a form that you fill in with your necessary details, and then they will contact you at a later stage with the date and time of your appointment based on the availability of a psychologist at the center. We are aware, though, that sometimes you may find yourself in a crisis that requires immediate attention. So in such instances, we do provide emergencies where we do take emergency clients, right? But it's just for a short period of time where we do a risk assessment to prevent harm and further risk, right? And just so you know that the center, the unit is only open on weekdays, normally from 8 to 4:30. And we are aware that sometimes emergencies do occur on weekends as well. So in such incidences, you can contact SADAC, which is a 24-hour helpline, right? And how you can get the contact details is just go on the university website, scroll down to the bottom, and then you'll see contacts. Just click on emergency contacts, and then you'll find the relevant emergency contacts that you can refer to, whether it's a mental health related issue or a medical services, emergencies, sorry. And then also, in case of an emergency, if you do stay at res, you can contact your warden or matron, and they know what to do in such instances and the proper channels to follow, because we also work in collaboration with them. And then we also do have an internal referral system, right? So because you may come into SCU with psychological distress and things like that, but then there may be other issues as well that affecting your overall functioning, such as your academic performances and things like that. So in such instances, referrals may be made to a teaching and learning center, GBV units, as well as residents, and also the healthcare center as well. And yeah. Just to also emphasize what my colleague said over here, that the services are absolutely free of charge, right? And we really encourage you guys to utilize the services, because really, if you look at mental health services in South Africa, it's actually considered a luxury to go for therapy because of how inaccessible it is and how expensive it is as well. So I would say, for a lack of better term, we are quite privileged to be in an institution that offers us those services free of charge. So just wanted to encourage you guys to utilize those services. So now we want to just have a mini session, Q&A session, right, where we ask you guys one question, and there's a small prize that you guys can win, just to show that you guys were listening. So the question is, what is SCU all about? Just from the presentation, what you got from that, and then also in cases of emergencies, what can you do? Okay, we'll take you in the white t-shirt and the black cap. Do you need the mic?
Good morning, everyone. Speaking is Ayi Vembanga. From the presentation I shared, I think SIU is about my mental health, and SIU wants to ensure that everyone here in the university does not face challenges and find themselves in spaces that they don't have anyone by their side. So I think that the ladies in front of us was just ensuring that SIU has our backs and we can never die on their watch or suffer from our sorrows.
Okay, do you think she got it right? If you think you have the right answer, raise your hand and come, and then we will decide. Run, because of time.
Okay. The student, I believe it's about student wellness and ensuring that the students are able to adapt from being at home to being able to be independent without having to fall into peer pressure, depression, and also to be able, okay, how can we report or make people aware, like how to make people aware if we have a problem is by reporting to your matron or your student housing person. Yeah, and yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Come, no, both of you come. So the crowd is going to judge. The crowd will decide, should we give, what's your name? Should we give Aive or Parada? If you're saying we should give Aive, make a noise. Okay. If you're saying we should give Parada, now this is difficult. So Parada answers both the questions now. Aive made a mistake. She said SIU, and it's SCU. So I think it's fair we give it to Parada. Thank you very much for your time. And as SCU, we say welcome to the University of Fort Hare, and we have a message for you that SCU cares.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mandifa Dube, or Sister Dube, and I'm from the healthcare center. A healthcare center gets it class theater. One condom, one round. One condom? One condom? Yes, Liba Melanjalo, throughout the year, you should know that one condom, one round. Even if you forget anything I say here, please remember this one. One condom, one round. Okay? My colleagues are here, and when you go to the clinic, you will see them. I have my manager, Umpati, or Sister Kalipi. I have Sister Spades, Sister Indy, Sister Una Payana. They're all friendly. So the Malay Clinic, I'm here for what we know as a clinic generally. Yeah? So our clinic focuses on 4 things, right? Which is promotive care. We promote health. We make sure that you are well versed on anything that has to do with health. We prevent anything disease. So if you want to prevent a pregnancy, you want to prevent HIV, STIs, you visit us. And if you happen to catch any of those, number 3, we do have a curative thingy. So we do cure diseases. If we give treatment, if you're HIV positive, we give you treatment, STIs, and all of that. And then the other one is the rehabilitation. So if you have a disease, we rehabilitate you back to health. We also have counseling and emotional support. And then we have a peer education. So if you see, you would say, okay, I can't speak to Sister Dube, I need someone who's my age or someone who might understand the problem you have. We do have peer educators. Some of them might be around here giving you microphones, right? So we do all of this with the utmost respect, humility, and autonomy. If you feel like, okay, you don't want to test, you have a right to say no to whatever you want to say no. We respect you, and we treat everyone equally, right? So also, we do this with a holistic approach. We care for your mental health, your physical well-being, your psychological well-being, even your economic well-being, right? So we offer 5 things, which are your minor elements: reproductive health, past, STI, and just health education as a whole. So when it comes to minor elements, what are we speaking of? We're speaking of your headaches, your normal headaches, your flus, examination, you want to do a checkup, maybe you want to see how's your blood pressure, you know, we do offer those. And then if you have any injuries, you want to do wound cares, we are available for those things. We also have reproductive health. We have pills, we have injectables, we have IUCDs, we have implants. And I know there's quite a number of misconceptions when it comes to contraception. You will hear someone saying, "Chomi sweetheart, yeah, Jebisa, Chomi sweetheart, all those stuff." Please, guys, if you want to know more about those things, do go to the clinic and ask. Magama told me, I got thinner when I was on the pill. I'm sure now you're going to be thin. Don't do it. Go to the clinic, go ask, get all the information that you can, right? We do offer HAST, which is your HIV testing. If your HIV test is negative, we offer PrEP. We do have condoms. We do have lubricants. And then if it's positive, we do initiate you on treatment and just offer you overall care. We do also do TB screenings, right? And then the other care we have is STI care. Now, the other thing with the STI, we do screening, we do treatment, we educate, and do prevention. We have condoms, galore, because I have learned that people think STI is a drop. I drop and then I'll go to the clinic and then I'll fix it. HIV, I'm not scared of it. I'll just take one pill. But guys, there are other STIs that are far more worse than HIV, So please go to the clinic, ask. We are there. You can come. You can just go there and say, "Sister, I'm here to talk about sex. You're free. We will talk to you. You can ask your questions, And then, like I said, we offer health education and counseling. You can come, and ask your questions. You can come as a group. It's not a problem. We will give you what you need. Yeah? But you need to also book an appointment with us, unless you have an emergency. Yeah, well, if you know what, I'm dying and this is too much, you are free to come. We're not saying do not come because you don't have an appointment. But please, before you fall sick, familiarize yourself with the booking system, right? It's on the page of the school. You can find how to book. You can visit the Easy app. You can go to your phone and search on Google Easy app. You can go to the clinic and ask, how can I book? You can even email me at medube@ufh.ac and just ask about the booking system, just so you know. Ungathi xa une-fever and then you're only thinking, oh, how am I going to book and all of that. Yeah? So if maybe whatever you have, it doesn't need the nurses that are there at the clinic, we do have a doctor that we can refer you to. We also work hand in hand with the central clinic. We also have working hand in hand with the secondary hospital, which is the Empilweni. We also do refer people to EFRE when you have problems that need EFRE hospital. So if you have a problem, you don't sit around and say, okay, the clinic, there's nurses, and I feel like this needs a physiotherapist. Go to the clinic and we'll get you sorted on whatever you need. So we subscribe to open communication, transparency, consultation. We are very professional, accountable, and everything you say or you do with us is confidential. We are just opposite this building at 5 Cambridge Street. We open from 8 to 4. And guys, I am pleading with you. Okay, I'm pleading with you on this one thing. We have an event on the 21st of February. Yeah? So you will get your gifts there. So please do come. You have a thingy. E-transport is provided. There's going to be food, there's going to be gifts, there's going to be DJs. So I know East London, you guys, but people usually don't go to events, and I don't know why, but yeah, so please guys, some titles or Chuboni Alice, the one from Pumalanga will see it again, so take it as an excursion of some sort, yeah? So please do come, and then please, again, I'm begging you, use the clinic, yeah? So that you stay smart, you stay safe, and you leave the institutions with degrees, not a degree with eyes and flesh, right? That goes. Bye. Thank you.
One condom. One condom. One round. One round. 4 years of study, 1. 4 years of study, 1. 1 degree. 2 condoms. Which one is the 1 round? I think I use the 2 rounds. Singabantu be almost said something. Siyabulela student counseling unit and health and wellness services. We are going to move on with the program. May I just request our presenters that we also have an overflow at the nursing building. So when you are making the presentation, can you kindly speak louder so that those that are watching from the nursing building can also hear the important information that has been shared with everyone. We are going to have a presentation by the residence department, living and learning, not that one that you were fighting for in the morning. This one is about living and learning. And then we are going to have disability unit, University of Fort Hare, an inclusive university. And then we'll have HIV and AIDS unit, know your status. So yeah, residence department, living and learning, disability unit, HIV and AIDS. DJ, the next person that's going to present is a DJ. So if you don't pagamisa them with the powerful one, I'm going to ask you to pack your bags. I will DJ myself. DJ, can we then welcome our presenters? Thanks.
Manyuke. Okay. I am trying to drive a car at Dalimna. I say, then I can dance. Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone doesn't single out anyone. So, Ilando iti all protocol observed. My name is DJ Sia. It's not S-I-Y-Y-A, it's S-E-E-Y-A, Sia. And my name is Sia Ndangosha. I am from the residence department. I am the accommodation officer based in East London campus. My areas in Southernwood, specifically in Southernwood. I know, standing here today, I'm sure we are the most unpopular department to you guys because of what's currently happening. But I would like you to forget about that for just a little while. And I understand, no, just for a little while. We are not stirring up any trouble here. Just for a little while, because this is important for you to know. Let's pretend that circumstances are normal, and then we must listen and... Okay, but okay, sorry, guys, but you have to listen to this so that you understand. This will be your foundation going forward to your final year. First, all first years, let me just single that out, will be allocated. No, we're not talking about that here. I'm just making my presentation. We prioritize all our first years to be allocated. All of them will be allocated. That's just... Isinias ngazibona, but Nina, you are a priority. Let's move on. So, we structure our e-residences, the first years in this format. We have residences specifically for males. We have residences specifically for females. Then we run out of spaces, 5% will be allocated in senior residences. Reason being, we are avoiding a lot of cases that were reported previously about first years, such as abuse and other things. So, you are a first year, you will have residence. Let's move on. How do you get a residence as a continuing student? Now, this means I'm talking about you next year now, when you get to your second year. You have to apply for residence in order to get a residence. How do you apply? We send out notices in your emails or your daily bulletin. We tell you when the applications are open and when they are closed. So it normally takes about 3 months for them to close. So you just apply online, and it's absolutely free for you to apply. We have 2 types of residences in East London, or actually in Alice as well. We have the leased residences. We have the NSFAS residences, NSFAS accredited residences. So what NSFAS did, piloted this last year when they said, okay, universities, we will allocate our own students by them applying in our NSFAS platform, and they'll be accepted by the landlord. It became a bit of a problem, but we are trying to fix it because it means that anyone can go stay anyway if NSFAS is accepting them, and then it means that you guys won't be adhering, maybe. In some places, they won't be adhering to the rules and regulations of the institution. But we've tried to cap that by appointing sub-wardens from the institution in those residences so that you get to experience the residence life from the University of Forte. The resident staff, we have accommodation officers which are available to you from 8 to 4:30, and then from 4:30 till the second day, the 8th following day, we have sub-wardens. These are people that are available to assist you in anything that you have a problem with in our residences. In the absence of accommodation officers, you have sub-wardens that are 24 hours available in your residences because they are staying with you, not like with you, but in the same yard. And then we have the central office as well. The central office is where it deals with the technicalities of residence, like where you actually see in your portal where you are allocated. When you have any issues pertaining to that, then you'll be able to get assistance from the central office, which is located here on campus. Okay, let's get to the unpopular part. The residence rules and regulations. I won't read all of them. I won't tell you about all of them, but these are one of the most important ones. Alcohol and drugs, including ganja or weed, are prohibited in the university residences. There are designated smoking areas for people that are smoking cigarettes, but you cannot smoke anything outside that in those designated smoking areas. It will be a problem. Also, noise. Let's talk about noise. Noise is forbidden as well. But, for an example, let's say you have an MP3 player or anything that you're playing. It must be within your boundaries, within your room. It must not disturb the other person. If it was mamelendo zakho, so I normally say to people, just because our roommate no, udlala umculo mna ndiyafunda, you know, okay, fine. But you can always, you know, ufake i-AirPods, fane no DJ, fane nami xa ndidlala, ufake i-AirPods zakho or your headset so that you avoid any drama. Okay, pregnancy. Akutheni na ithanda le? Aya, bengasandothiwa one. Bekuthiweni? Hayi, vakalani stand. Hey, okay. So, as if you are pregnant now, or you are gonna get pregnant, you have to declare it to your accommodation officer or your subwarden in her absence, or our accommodation officer. This is to help you and the other students. We do not want to expose anyone to any form of risk, because remember, other people do not know how to take care of emergency. You are permitted to remain in the residence up to 32 weeks or pregnant. Then after 32 weeks, uzawusikhwelela nje until uzoyofumana umntana wakho, and then you can come back. This is for your own safety and for other students' safety, because there are things like think healthcare sending unread it's obviously going to traumatize a lot of people. So at 32 weeks, if you are pregnant, then you must declare it immediately so that the accommodation officer or your subwarden will monitor your clinic books. That's what you do. You submit your clinic book, then we help monitor that so that by 32 weeks in the combos bachomi, you have to go home. And then, fine, let's go to the fun part. We have e-residence life office. A residence life office here too is provided to students to enrich the living experience. And it's comprised of academics, leadership, community engagement, culture, and sport. With the community engagement part, we do have outreach programs. A CSQ center that we go and donate. We collect items and then we go and donate. We do have game nights. We do have movie nights. We do have sports tournaments, league, or a league, where we push it, the league would push it for the whole year. For now, it's just netball and foot and soccer. So we push it for the whole year, and then towards the end of the year, we go and join with the allies. We take the top 8 or top 4 teams, and then siyo babeta pa allies because siza babeta mos. Siza babeta mos. I deny conviction. Ngani ukubethwa iAlice ni. Main campus. No, Sizababeta, and I've got a very good team. So we also have beauty pageants, you know, like a lot of things where people can showcase their talents. We have so many, and then we have e-board games as well, and indigenous games to accommodate everyone that cannot partake in the sporting codes. I thank you. gift here to ensure that no Benny Mamel. Benny Mamel? Benny Mamel? Okay. Zingaphi inyanga zomntu pregnant? It's unfair. Yeah? Okay. Okay. I was not even done and she already answered. You must read your question fully. Guys, how many months are you permitted to stay in the residence when you are a pregnant woman? I don't know how to say them. I want a guy to answer. It's not fair. Okay, sure.
So, about 32 weeks. No. Okay, simmer down. My name is Buko Madlala, and I remember the lady said 32 weeks.
No, okay, maybe I phrased my question wrong because I didn't say anything about months. Yeah? I said weeks. Hence, look, listen, let's not fight. Hence why I'm saying I phrased my question wrong. Because I cannot expect you to answer something that I didn't speak about. Yeah, but so the gentleman here is right. Thank you.
Greetings to everyone, and I'd like to welcome and congratulate all our first-year students. I am Avue Makinana, and I'm standing here today to represent the Disability Unit, and I'd like to start off by explaining why it is important to use our psychosocial services. Having psychosocial support at the university is like having a safety net, something to catch you when you fall. It is there to support your mental health, build resilience, and help you cope with stress, anxiety, and any other challenges that may come up during your study period. And most importantly, it can seriously boost your overall well-being and academic performance. Now, as the Disability Unit, we are focused on removing barriers that are limiting students with disabilities to perform. And we create an environment where each and every student is able to participate fully. A space where students with disabilities feel supported, included, and free to thrive. We do this care by finding reasonable accommodation, increasing awareness and advocacy within the UFH community, and we try to provide an equal opportunity for students with disabilities to participate fully in all aspects of student life. We, as the Disability Unit, we continue to assist students with physical, sensory, and mental challenges across all 3 campuses. We have offices where students with disabilities can visit to find out about our services and to ask for them. We have specialized labs with assistive software and assistive technology found at all UFH libraries. We have assistive devices and softwares found within our offices as well, where you can borrow while we're still assisting you to acquire your own. And we provide assistance to students who feel that they have been discriminated against. As the DU, we provide a service that respects the rights of students with disabilities, that respects their privacy, and a service that respects the dignity of students with disabilities. Our requirements, therefore, want to enjoy our services, we need the student to be prepared to approach our offices for assistance. We need the students to disclose their special needs so that we can prepare and provide accurate services to them. We need confirmation of disability that is not older than 3 years that you get from a practicing doctor. And we need you as a student to accept the responsibility to meet your academic requirements. To find out more about our services, you can visit our offices, which is found by the main entrance, upper main building where you entered today, and you can ask the security for the DU. It's right next to the securities. And you can also visit the UFH website where you will go and, you'll select student life and then you select disability. There you shall find all our information and our contact numbers. Feel free to contact us at any time. To conclude, I'd like to remind you that your university journey is about growing, learning, and being you, and we're here to support that. And to remind you that now you are part of the UFH community, and we're here to help you thrive. Thank you.
Ifuni condom, ifuni condom. Let's condomize. Ifuni condom, ifuni condom. Let's condomize. Ifuni condom, ifuni condom. Let's condomize. One condom, one round, two condoms, two rounds. What do we want? Safe sex. What do? We condomize. What do we want? What do we do? What do we want? What do we do? Thank you. Send colleagues and students. Let me introduce myself, my unit. I am Anat Jogozela, HIV and AIDS coordinator, based Upper East London. I'm with two administrators at the back there, Ms. Nzamba from Alice campus and Nokbali, Upper East London campus. This slogan says, "Tuke AC." However, me taking the podium, Galendlela, I am not here to promote sex. But I'm saying, in an event where you find yourself in that situation, the least you can do is to protect yourself. Ladies, let us normalize to protect ourselves. Let us normalize to initiate condom use. Because if you do not do that, akakumdoza protect, and ugai will proceed with his studies. When you reach that as a nyanga bezibaliwe a residence, you're the only one who's going to leave. Ugai will shake up and continue with his studies. So let us condomize. We are not promoting sex. There are options. You can always abstain. ABC usakhona, right? Okay. I'm from the HIV and AIDS unit, and I am going to briefly share with you some of the programs that we are doing as the unit. Most of our programs, colleagues, we collaborate. You will perhaps think that there's an overlap in terms of the programs that we are doing, but in most cases, we work hand in hand with the healthcare center. The lady that came here, we had one condom, one round, that is Amshaya, in terms of his slogan. But anyway, let me start with one of our major programs, which is First Things First. And it's Ukutwe Apa HIV and AIDS unit, Know Your Status. Our office is responsible for organizing preventative programs. In that program, it's where we are all given an opportunity for us to get tested, counseling and testing for HIV. We do that in collaboration with the Healthcare Center, Department of Health, and any other organization that has this service. counseling and testing for HIV. And then when it happens that your results come out positive, proper referral system is done by all the stakeholders that were involved. Also in this program, it's where we also get an opportunity to get tested and screened for TB. Because you remember, HIV, in most cases, it does not happen in isolation with TB, or TB is an opportunistic infection. So some people, before they are actually diagnosed with HIV, present a symptom of TB because now the immune system has been compromised. Also, let me make a disclaimer. Our office, we are not clinical. Hence, in Zologon City Healthcare Center, because they are clinical personnel. So we normally have organizations where X-rays, chest X-rays will be done, and TB testing and screening is also done there. We also have a program for peer educators. Yabona masiskipa samsi balwe second peer educator sports tournament, right? We have a huge program of peer educators. They are working under our watch. We do recruitment. We do have, unfortunately today we don't have stalls. Otherwise we do have stalls. We will be outside the library tomorrow, where we are actually doing recruitment for students who are interested to join the peer education program. In that program, you first get training for all the social ills related conditions, where we are training students under mental health, GBV, sexual reproductive health. It's about 7 topics where you get training from, because you will be doing res talks, and we can't allow students to go and do peer-to-peer sessions to their peers, because most of the time, peers get comfortable when they are talking about their personal issues with peers. When you are looking at Wamkelekile Fresher, you'll say, "Hayi ngomama," so you won't be comfortable to share your personal problems with. So they get training for that. We are responsible for distributing condoms around campus. So when you see me and my team and my peer educators, feel free to say, "Nobungathi ngilasisi we condom." I don't mind. Just say, do you have condoms? Do you have lubricants? You officiate with Gassin building, first floor, office 109. Ufike nje ku-security nje uthi ndiyakula office ye-condoms. They will take you straight to our office. So we distribute these condoms around the residences, even here on campus. Please, 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 please. Those condoms are not for us to use them as balloons. Right? Because we had a case here in Alice campus where students took condoms, bagalela mans, and they were not ashamed to even post that. And when it happens that students as a forte get pregnant, we are being told that we don't do our work. The condom is not for us. Ubasi fakamanzi. The condom is. So please let us normalize using condoms. And so the peer educators are responsible for that as well. We also, this program, we also collaborate with the other institutions where we have a sports tournament. We invite Rhodes, Wilson, Nelson Mandela, and other TVET colleges, just for us to network with the other peer educators. Some of the programs that we are running, we align our programs with the calendar of national calendar for Department of Health. So we observe such programs. For instance, next month, we are going to have STI National Condom Week. That's our major event. It falls under the First Things First event. So please do attend. At the end of the day, we want you to graduate alive. That is one of the programs we also have. But you cannot graduate alive if all the speakers that were here about their programs, including our programs, as is Landeli, taking care of your own mental health, normalize visiting the clinic, get tested regularly. Yes, we might not have all the services, but proper referral system, iyenziwa. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much to Health and Wellness, Residence Department, Disability Unit, HIV and AIDS. We are going to receive 3 more presentations and then we'll have 2. I just want to check if we have marketing and the Sachi chair. So the Sachi chair and marketing are not here. So we'll move to the next presentations. I am sure that we won't have any pregnancy cases this year because we are adopting a crop Yabantu that knows why they are here, right? Again, you are not going to engage in those things. Even the Bible says, after marriage is there. And yes, ETK Bible, sex before marriage is a sin. I'm not married, ne? So I'm waiting for marriage. Nani, you must wait for marriage. And I also want to welcome Mr. Lebete Malefo from International Affairs and Partnerships, the director who's joining us. You are welcome, leadership. You are going to make a presentation. Okay, he's a director. I will allow him. Just 2 minutes. And then immediately after him, we are going to receive presentations from Gender-Based Violence, the Governance and Legal Affairs Office. They said they want to arrest students, so I said I will delay them here in the program so that they don't arrest our students. I'm joking. Director.
I'm sorry for interfering with your program. I was told, no, it's okay. Thank you. Colleagues, good afternoon, and students, good afternoon. As they said, my name is Libete Malefo. I'm the Director for International Affairs and Partnerships here at the University of Johannesburg. I have been very careful not to fall into this trap, and I've done it twice in the past 2 weeks. Here at the university, at the mighty University of Johannesburg, University of Fort Hare, it really is a pleasure to welcome each and every one of you again, as many have to this academic year, and to congratulate you on becoming part of our university community. Whether you have traveled from across the city, the town, across the country, across the world, today marks the beginning of an exciting journey, one that will shape your future, challenge your thinking, and open the doors of opportunity you have not yet imagined. Today is more than just an orientation, and this week will prove that. It is a moment of transition. You are stepping into a chapter defined by independence, many have told you this, discovery, if any of today's speeches have anything to show you, critical thinking, which we will encourage, and growth, which will inevitably come. And we are honored to walk this journey with you. Our university is built on a long tradition of academic excellence, societal contribution, and transformation. You join a diverse community of scholars, students, researchers, academics, and partners who collectively advance knowledge and serve humanity. Here, we value integrity, respect, inclusivity, courage, and commitment to learning. And we provide many opportunities for you to be able to freely experience life to its fullest. Some of those opportunities are offered by the Office for Internationalization, International Affairs, and Partnerships. As first-year students, we encourage you to look to our website, to all of our publications of study abroad opportunities which you will get. The university will provide opportunities to South African students and international students to go spend a semester or a week abroad with full credits so that it translates into your academic program as though you have never left. This is part of our mission to encourage worldliness of our students and to prepare you, because many of you will not work in South Africa, right? You all intend to go abroad. And so our university will plan to integrate you into the world already while you're here. So we look forward to, if not the opportunities that we ourselves provide, if you find something online, not on TikTok, if you find something online that you are interested in going to do abroad, reach out to our offices here in East London and in Alice to see how we can have it organized for you, only from your second year of study. We also support international students. Are there any international students here? There's a few. We also support international students from the minute we start recruiting them all the way until they are graduated. We provide psychosocial referrals through the partners that we are in. We provide accommodation, consultation, and confirmations with our residence office. We do leadership development. We do integration and orientation, and we encourage you to join the International Student Orientation Program that will come in the next month. That is, for us, in short, to internationalize our university, to internationalize your classrooms, to give you international experiences, and to make sure that you are prepared for the world to come. And so in the years ahead, you will make choices, some small, some life-changing. You will grow, stumble, rise, and grow again. And when you graduate one day, in 3 or 4 years, you will look back at this moment as the beginning of a powerful transformation. And so on behalf of our office, International Affairs and Partnerships, and the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Internationalization, we offer our support to you. We run an open door policy. We welcome you to our new academic home, and we are proud to have you. We believe in you, and we look forward to seeing you doing remarkable things and accomplishing the best that you want. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director. We all heard, Mus, from your second year onwards, you can apply to study abroad. Who knows what abroad means? Do we all know what abroad means? Do you know how abroad looks like? Do you know him abroad? Do you know him? I guess we want to make sure that you understand. So I'm sure we are going to have people that are going to start focusing on studying abroad. It's not difficult abroad. I get? Yeah, so those that do not know what abroad means studying outside the parameters of your own country. Ne? Are we together? So most of you, when you go back home as Lalin, you must tell them you learned a new word, abroad. We are going to move on with the program. I think we only have 2 presentations, and then we'll have, 3. We are going to receive a presentation from Gender-Based Violence Prevention Unit, No to Gender-Based Violence, Governance and Legal Affairs Office. They will be talking about student discipline, campus protection services, safety and security, and then after that we'll have the announcements and vote of thanks. DJ, if I was at church, Benzo choir, telling Bapagamise, DJ, can you please welcome our speakers, please?
Anisalelanga. Anisalelanga. Are you sure you want to be here? I can't feel you. Are you sure you want to be here? Kukhona ngathi niyavuka. Good afternoon, everyone. They were not ready. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. My name is Nomzamo Dugada. I'm a social worker from the Gender-Based Violence Prevention and Gender Diversity Office. I want you to be awake when we are speaking about this, because this can affect the rest of your life. Welcome to the University of Fort Hare. Such a pleasant home, a home away from home. But as you are getting here, some of you are new in the life of independence. And it's such a fun thing to be independent, but it comes with consequences and decisions that you need to take. And in taking those decisions, be alert that universities are also, or can also be unsafe places. In being unsafe, it does have gender-based violence. As the rest of the country, we know that we have a scourge of gender-based violence. We are not exempted from it. And especially for the East London campus, because our residences are not in campus. You are staying in different residences that in some have liquor outlets, about 5. Be vigilant. Most of our cases have an alcohol element. Hence, you see me wearing this t-shirt today. It says, know your limits. Before you do anything, you new into consuming alcohol, know your limits. We don't want a case where you will report. But the institution is saying, do note that even if gender-based violence occurs, you might find that gender-based violence includes your sexual harassment, your rape, verbal abuse, social support, but limited for the one who's the perpetrator. Because as much as we want to regulate and want to guard, we want to ensure that you understand what you've put yourself into. We want you to know that you've put yourself in a difficult position, but we can change sometimes. But sometimes we cannot change. So we do offer counseling, but for perpetrators, it's limited. We do have advocacy programs where we raise awareness, we do outreaches. Know Your Limits is one of the leading prevention programs that we have, because in University of Fort Hare, even the study that was conducted, it's saying we have a problem of alcohol consumption. And as such, 80% of our cases are alcohol related. And we are hoping that we won't see those incidents and that you might not be raped, but we never know. We have to be prepared. When it happens though, as the person who is coming to report as a complainant, we do offer you that psychosocial support, and we also do investigations. Meaning the person who's going to be investigating what really happened, if this incident happened, what led to it. And we put measures in place as an office, and we work in collaboration with the other units. And in working with those units, we are governed. Remember I said we are not an exemption as a university. We have gender-based violence, and we have a gender-based violence policy. Please make sure you go into the intranet and look for that policy. And we've seen some have already been taking the pocket guides that we have provided. It has a QR code there to scan the policy. You will not say, I didn't know. We are an institution that governs and say we have zero tolerance against gender-based violence. And gender-based violence can be kept by the institution when it's prioritizing that we change our mindset and know that we need to have consent. Consent, whether it's sexual, in a sexual or romantic relationship, to accept that a no is a no, not a maybe. We need to understand that the policy is saying to protect you, particularly as first-year students and as young women for many, that we do not have sexual and romantic relationship with staff members. Yes, let me repeat. In the University of Fort Hare, students are prohibited from having sexual and romantic relationship with staff members. We are only allowing, matron, we're gonna have pregnancies here. Nah? We are only saying only that relationship that is acceptable when it predates the date that you registered here. If you came, let's say I was in a relationship, I come to the university and my partner is already there. Declare that relationship. You are mandated to declare that relationship. Because we don't want your partner grading you unfairly than other students. You cannot be, especially if you are in the same module. Obviously, you'll get better marks, you know the scope. Everything for you is freely. It's also saying in that relationship, in those relationships, it prevents students from being exploited by lecturers. We don't want sex for marks here. So if there is such, you come and report to the GBV office. Yeah, they don't like that part of relationships. Nah? You do come and you report. Matron was talking about the rules and regulations, and we work hand in hand. And I was alarmed that you did not want to listen because it directly affects when you are an offender and you are staying in the same residence as a survivor. The person that we prioritize in that residence is the survivor. Our office is survivor-centered. You might find yourself without a residence because you have perpetuated gender-based violence. We're not minimizing GBV. We are not downplaying GBV in the office. We want to ensure that as you are coming home, we provide a safe and inclusive institution that is safe for your learning. If it so happens that you are a survivor, we do not only offer you psychosocial support, but we do offer you academic support, where if you have missed a lecture or you have missed a test because of the incident, we reach out to the lecturers so that you can continue with your studies. Yes, it happened, but we prioritize that you finish your degree that you came to do. As an office, if you want our office, it's in front of Ngushu building next to CPS. When you are reporting, if you are comfortable, we are neighbors with CPS. You can report to CPS, you can report to us. We also have anti-GBV champions that you can utilize, which is students, which is peer reporting. They are trained students who volunteer in the office. Sometimes you are comfortable to reporting to them, but be ensured that we offer a confidential service. And we offer a trauma-informed care service. We prioritize that you are in trauma. We do allow walk-ins from 8 to 4 every day, but we also offer after-hour services. With the after-hour services, you can reach out via email to the gbv@ufh.ac.za. It's gbv@ufh.ac.za. Or you can call or WhatsApp our 24-hour line, which is 072 684 5864. 072 684 5864. We are hoping that we'll be working well together, and those that are here will be part of our anti-GBV champions, will be applying for our anti-GBV champion. When they are already, we have the new ones, we'll see, we always put them in the bulletin. We encourage you to learn, and love the bulletin. That's where we post when we have slots for anti-GBV champions. I hope you enjoy yourself. We prioritize your safety as an institution and as an office, and we hope we will work well together. Enjoy the rest of your degree as you are with Forte, and thank you.
Thank you, DJ. Molweni. Good afternoon. My name is Nobuthula Ndlovu. I am here on behalf of the Governance and Legal Office. It's headed by the Deputy Registrar, Legal, Ms. Mayepa. Her office in East London is situated, Gasson Building, first floor, in Alice main building where the VC is. You will find myself, you will find Ms. Tabile Ndlazi, you will find Mr. Skokele Mvubu, you will find Ovayo Magana, you will find Mrs. Pamela Ngese. Those are the members of that office. So, what do we do? Compliance, contracts, but more important and relevant to you guys, student discipline. You don't want to be called to our office because I know my face looks like, but you don't want to be called to that office because we expel. You heard my colleague talking about we want to arrest students. That's a reality, okay? Student discipline. There's something called the prospectus. Please familiarize yourself with that book. It is, okay, we can say it creates the Office of Student Discipline. You will find the general rules that apply to you, whatever faculty or whatever department you are in, including residence. GBV is also found there in brief because they also have their own policy. But general prospectus talks to general rules, expectations of how you should behave yourself. You guys have signed a contract. You are now in contract. You have a contractual relationship with the University of Fort Hare. So it comes with rights, but rights always have obligations. She was talking about limits. Your rights end where somebody else's rights begin. So there's no such thing as an open-ended right where you can just do what you want because you have rights. This generation, you guys need to understand that. Limit, boundaries, okay? Limit, boundaries. Just keep that in your mind. It will keep you from a whole lot of things. You can say what you want, but think about the results of that, the consequences. Who does it affect? You can take a picture, think about who is in it, what are the implications. Okay? Defamation, I'm not going to go into all of that, but I'm saying to you, you are now adults. You have to think like adults. It's not going to work to say, I did not know. If you've got a right, know that there's an obligation attached to it. Okay? So we don't discipline students arbitrarily. We've got authority that backs us up, like the higher education. So the things like that are in the prospectus, the general prospectus. We're following what the Higher Education Act says. We're following what is constitutional. We're not just picking it up from our heads. Section 36 of the Higher Education Act confirms that students are subject to disciplinary procedures set out in institutional rules. Our institutional statute reinforces this and makes it clear that student discipline is governed by statute and rules. Importantly, the Vice-Chancellor carries responsibility for the overall discipline and performance of the university. Why does it matter, the code of conduct? It reflects who we are as the university and is grounded on 4 core values. We have ethical behavior, respectfulness, responsibility, and diligent conduct. So you heard her talking about we have a 0 tolerance for gender-based violence. That's part of who we are as a university. So you know already that if you are found guilty for raping somebody, it's goodbye to you. And it's not goodbye for 3 years or a part. It's goodbye. Expulsion is open-ended. You cannot come back to the University of Fort Hare. It doesn't matter if the same people are still employed or not. The record stays. And if you are, say you are planning to be a nurse, so you are answerable to the to SANC, or you are planning to be a lawyer, an attorney, so the law society is going to govern your behavior. There's this thing called a certificate of good conduct, which you're supposed to get. It is going to reflect, or you probably won't get one actually. It's going to reflect and say, Nosisa was found guilty of academic misconduct in the course LAC 112 in January, what. They will know because we have an obligation to inform stakeholders and tell them of your conduct. So lawyers, I feel sorry for you because it's not just about the law society, but you have to show yourself fit and proper even before you are registered by the law society. Even, it's just not board exams and all of that, but there's a process. Actually, all of you, whatever you're registered for, find out who you will be, the body that you'll be reporting to and what they require, because it starts now to meet those requirements. And if you mess up now, you're messing up your chances of employment. You've already stained your record. You are unfit and improper to be admitted as an attorney by the Law Society of South Africa. I hope you guys are hearing what I'm saying, because I wanted to sit here. She was talking about decisions that affect you. You can't be nonchalant, you can't be blasé, you can't be like a desical, all those words you can think of. You have to be intentional, okay? Because it's your future. And you might do something as a group, but the effect will be individual. Always remember that. And one thing you must remember also is we don't know you. We have nothing personal against you as students. We want you to come here and get your degrees and move on and have a bright future. We have nothing against you. So it's never personal, but we will do our job. You can be guaranteed about that. So generally, the types of misconduct, she's already gone into the gender-based violence part. There is also criminal misconduct like stealing, theft at res or in classroom. What else? Being a nuisance at residence or in classroom. Maybe you're making noise and things like that. Academic misconduct. Then we'll go into specific things like defamation, where you say something about somebody which you can't prove just because you have an opinion. We all have an opinion. I have an opinion about that color on the wall. But keep it to yourself. You don't have to say everything that you think, okay? It's part of growing up. You learn these things. You have an opinion about everything, but keep it here. Just consider the effect of what you have said and how it will come out like, okay? Okay, now I'm talking outside of what I need to really say. Ethical conduct. That's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. This includes honesty in academic work, fair assessment practices, responsible research, and proper use of university resources. Unethical behavior includes things like plagiarism, abuse of power, favoritism, breaches of confidentiality, and dishonesty. Yeah. I know there's these platforms on social media where you guys discuss things and form clubs as, outside of the university, but as university students. Be careful what you say there. Big Brother is watching. Let me put it like that. Be careful what you say there. Again, keep your opinion to yourself. Or say it to your neighbor in secret. It doesn't have to be published. Remember, Fort Hare, as attorneys of the university, our interest is about Fort Hare. We have a duty to protect the community of Fort Hare. That includes the students and the name. No one is bigger than the name of University of Fort Hare as an individual. Please let that sink in your head. Nobody is bigger than the name, okay? We all make Fort Hare as a body. There's no one person who can stick out and then they're bigger. So that means consequences will come because we want to preserve the heritage, the legacy. Yeah, okay? You guys found Fort Hare. We want you to leave it also intact, that name. It matters because wherever you go, there's a name that follows. Or actually, there's a, where's my English now? There's a certain perspective attached to being a student of Fort Hare or a graduate of Fort Hare. Uve kuthethwa into ethi abantu be-Fort Hare banje, abantu be-Fort Hare bayakopa. Fort Hare is full of criminals and all of that. It starts with you guys, your behavior. Indlela eniziphatha ngayo. Okay? And it's going to speak to when there's a pile of people that need to be employed. Let's put the Fort Hare bunch at the bottom. Let's consider the others because the perspective is bunch. So let's be jealous of the name University of Fort Hare. Take it personally. Be intentional about it, your behavior, the way you conduct yourself. Okay? Respectful conduct. Respect is non-negotiable in a diverse academic community. Students are expected to uphold human rights, equality, fairness, and dignity. Discrimination, harassment, including sexual or racial harassment and damage to property are serious violations of this value. So, if you're not Christian, respect the Christians, okay? If you don't associate with or you don't align with a particular group or believe in the things that they believe in, that's your business. Mind your own business. It's okay. You don't have to look like me. You don't have to dress like me. You don't have to believe in what I believe in, but you must respect me. Do you understand that? Okay. So we don't discriminate, we don't harass. Responsible conduct. Responsibility means being mindful of how your actions affect others and the institution. This includes transparency, accountability, and helping maintain a safe and secure campus. Misuse of information, university property, finances, or actions that threaten safety or the well-being of the university are unacceptable. So, what's the purpose of the rules for student discipline? Those that I was telling you about that are in the prospectus, the general prospectus, and the other policies that you have to comply with, and your faculty rules, and all of that. So the purpose is to educate and to correct your behavior if you go against those rules that you have been given. Our processes are inquisitorial. Basically, that means we are fact-finding. We are quasi-judicial. That means the process is not exactly the same as it is in a court, but we follow some things. We pick on some things there. Why? Because we are fact-finding. We just want to get to the bottom of the truth. We don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste resources. If someone needs to go, we want to get them out as soon as possible. That's all there is to it. Okay? I'm not going to read everything here. So, let me give you a typical example of what may happen if you find yourself in a situation of academic misconduct, let's say. You're going to be reported either by your faculty or the student's admin office, say if it was an examination and you were caught by an invigilator. Once you're reported, that is handed over, well, it's reported to us. It's handed over to us, the Governance and Legal Office. If you're a first-time offender, of course, there'll be some leniency there, but definitely there will be a penalty. First-time offenders will get something like a suspended sentence of suspension for 6 months, on condition that you don't repeat the same offense during the remainder of your tenure as a student. It doesn't matter whether you come back as a doctor or whatever you are coming, but you now have that record. It stays forever. And if your board, which governs whatever career you're coming into or you're studying for, asks us, we are obliged to inform them of your misconduct. And they decide whether they admit you or they don't want you. Okay? So yes, suspended sentence of suspension. That suspended sentence is held in abeyance. It means it's hanging over your head, waiting for you to decide if you want to be suspended or not. We're just giving you a chance, okay? But it hangs for the remainder of your tenure as a student. Now, if you repeat again, the suspension will not be suspended. It will not be held in abeyance. This is a tool, it will be applied. You will go home for 6 months and decide if you want or can manage whatever you are studying, because maybe you chose wrong, because there's a challenge clearly, okay? You come back after having gone home for 6 months, then the next thing will be expulsion, because clearly you are undermining the chances we've given you, and you're not serious about your studies, which is the core of why we are here, all of us. Right? Okay. Now, that suspended sentence of suspension is always accompanied by something else, like a fine, community service. We will publish your misconduct in your faculty so that people know that my neighbor in the accounting department is violating the rules of SANC or is violating the rules of the general prospectus she copied or she did what. To be published, we usually publish for like a month, not more than that. So people will read there and be able to see. Okay. Yeah. We have the right to do that. Fine, community service, published, misconduct, what else? And that suspended sentence of suspension. Yeah. Now, you can come to the Governance and Legal Office and just own up to your offense of academic misconduct on your own and say, I'm sorry, I did this, I didn't think through properly. Can we plea bargain? That's a possibility. Then we won't have to sit in a full-blown disciplinary hearing where we call the Senate and all the people that make a disciplinary panel. So a plea bargain is only possible if you are admitting to all the charges laid against you. If you're not admitting to them, then we have nothing to talk about. We must go and sit before the disciplinary panel. Okay. Who forms the disciplinary panel? Our office as Governance and Legal do not form the disciplinary panel. We prosecute. Our aim is to make sure that you are found guilty of whatever offense you are being charged with. So the disciplinary panel, depending on the particular case, is formulated by a Senate member, your SRC constitutional officer representative. If it's a gender-based violence case, we're going to have gender-based violence specialist. Yeah, and I mentioned SRC, right? So if you want representation, you are entitled to representation. See the rules, though, and make sure you apply for representation within the timeframes that you are given. Because if you don't, you just take it for granted that you can come during the hearing. Say your hearing is today, then you want us to postpone because you decided to look for representation, but outside of the period that you've been given, you might not get that opportunity. What else is there to say? If you don't like the outcome of your disciplinary hearing internally, you can take us to court. We don't mind. You can take us to court. We don't mind. Okay? Bottom line, guys, please behave yourselves. Please behave yourselves. Yeah. Nobody can consent to sex when they are intoxicated. Let me just drop that and end with that. If she's drunk, if he's drunk, they cannot say yes to having sex. So if you decide to proceed and have sexual intercourse with them, hey, you're going to be expelled. Because you have had sex with somebody who cannot consent. Now I'm telling you legally, nobody who is intoxicated can consent to sex. So if you are planning to have sex, don't go and drink, okay? Because you don't know after that what the person is going to say or how things will turn. It's just, things happen very quickly, okay? So if there's alcohol taken in, then the person cannot consent to sex. It doesn't matter what gender we're talking about, okay? Okay, I think I'm done.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Ndlovu. Is campus control here? CPS, are they here? Oh, okay. We also welcome Mr. Ngenge, the student developer at the university. You are welcome. I think, Ms. T, because we don't have other presenters, maybe we can fit them in tomorrow. Then what we'll do, Mrs. Ndlovu, I will be nice. You know, I like being nice to newcomers, first years. So we'll just have, you'll ask a question, and then whoever gets it right, we'll give them a gift. When you see me, you must see Father Christmas. Are you still here? Nilambile? Nifuni res? Nifunu hlala apha? Kaloko siyathetha mosaya ndithi siyani orienta. Who knows what the meaning of intoxicated means? You don't know? You know it? No. That was not for the gift. The one for the gift is coming. Mrs. Ndlovu.
All right, I'll ask an easy question. Where do you find the rules? The general rules, yes. Okay. She said in the prospectus. I'll give her. It's called the general prospectus, okay? Because remember, faculties also have their own prospectuses. So, general prospectus, okay? But I'm a nice person.
Thank you so much. Can we give all our speakers a warm round of applause, please? Thank you so much, colleagues. We really appreciate the time that you've spent in your busy schedules to come and be with us as we engage the first year. CPS is here. So I think they are the last ones to speak. Then after that, we are going to close, I promise you. Campus Protection Services, they are here. So they will just talk to us about the services they offer and also talk about safety and security at the university. So we'll welcome CPS, Campus Protection Services. DJ, maybe phakamisa utata nge-gospel song pa. Because ngiyabona inhliziyo zibhlungu. Nifuna omafikizolo? Nifuna le yakamafikizolo? DJ yawo ikhona? Yamafikizolo. Uthi ithini? Ithi uyenza ntoni? Uyocengwa bafuna le DJ. Phakamani ke nilibone ke. Phakamani ke. Anifuni. Masiye. Nikhona ngapha. Nikhona. Are you here? Nidiniwe. Khawucime DJ. Khawupause. Nikhona apha. Last group nikhona. Upulisa. Aba bantu, they are not hungry, Malisa. Nikhona apha. But I can't hear you, Ms. Are you here? Are you here? Lisa ingati group 2 yaphila. Are you here, group 2? Okay, Lisa. We bonile ke group 2. We'll start with group 2. Let me give group 3 a chance. Group 3, are you here? DJ.
Good afternoon, our first year student. I hope you are welcomed very well by everyone, every stakeholder that is here. Let me apologize for being late. I was still dealing with some other issues in Alice, but thanks, I'm here now. My name is Mr. Oriel Mbau, currently acting as an interim manager under the unit called CPS, Campus Protection Service. Whatever that has been said in my absence, I know it's the same thing that has been said in Alice. So I will just put whatever they say in context. Whatever they say to you, you didn't listen, is going to end up in my office. And there are consequences on that. Fellow student, we really welcome you as our new student. We hope we'll work together. I'm coming from the CPS. I'm just here to do a short presentation. The rest will do it under faculties because of time. I know you are tired. They said as someone is tired is not even able to listen very well. We are focusing for the food right now. CPS is, we are coming from Campus Protection Service. Our main task from Campus Protection Service is to ensure your safety within the campus and around the campus and within your residence. It may be your residence being under certain service provider, but it's still our responsibility as Campus Protection Service to take care of you. We know, all of us, to say the theme or the language of the institution is that the university or the core business of the institution is teaching and learning. But those teaching and learning, it need to be conducted in a conducive environment. That's where campus protection come in, because there will be no safe environment while you are not safe. So we provide security, we provide your safety in this manner. Just in the old building, campus protection of East London, because we have got three campuses, is situated in the old library. We are there 24 hours, day and night. So if you have got issues, you may call them or you may visit the office. Although our residents are scattered, we do prefer that we work hands in hands with our wardens. So your wardens may be a first contact, whereby you raise issues and then they will contact Campus Protection Service to assist you quickly. In whatever manner, till now we don't have a boundaries, because at the end of the day, you are a student and you will need our assistance. There, what we do then, campus control. If you have got a matter that need our attention, you go and report, they'll give you a statement. If it's a theft, if it's an assault, even if it's a sexual assault, we liaise with our gender-based violence unit because they train us to be first respondent. We do patrol around. So I'm not encouraging that. Don't wait for campus control for you to travel. As I said, wherever you're walking around, you see a security, just direct that security and lay your problem. Yana will follow all the channels. If the case is beyond our power, we work with external stakeholders like SAPs. Some of the students, they came here to study, but they end up in jail. That's another thing I need to put you into is. You come as a student, but your conduct now, it's against South African law, and it's against what is there in the prospectus, university rules and regulations. It's where we are in there. We do also investigation. When you report a case, we'll investigate, irrespective of what kind of case. Then I will take the report, I send it to legal department to check if it meets all the merits of a theft. Let's say maybe elements of a theft. But here's the issue. I'm not going to put much language about the balance of the test that we are using. But the issue is, as we deal the matter internal and external police, they may find no evidence, but internal we may still charge you. That I need you to put that now to warn you that you may go with your lawyers, and we are not preferred lawyer. When we have got DC, we don't even need your lawyers. I think legal department have already touched on the matter. But from our side, that's what we do, is to accompany you. So if maybe you are studying, it happened because I can see seriously at this East London campus is too remote from the residents. But we are not stopping education. If you are studying until after hours, kindly go there. I know there's a shuttle, there will be security, but if it happened that the shuttle left you behind, go to campus protection office. They will escort you to their residence. If they can't do that, I'll leave my number, then you contact me. We understand each other, colleagues. So lastly, we also do conduct investigation, as I said. It becomes serious. The outcome of the investigation, if we find the legal department find you guilty, they will attach in your academic record. Some students currently now are still working to make sure that their status are removed. But it's too late because you still have to serve whatever punishment, whether it's community service. You are not going to be able to register or get the result until you pay the fine, whatever the institution have found you guilty for. Lastly, or second last, please stop reporting things at your parents before you report them to campus control. You surprise us when your mother or your parents complain that, no, my child this and this. Also, issue of social media. When you report issue to the social medias, you are not reporting to the institution. But it does grab our attention as an institution. Let me give you one point, a case in point. A special first year. Sometimes you have been allocated with a senior student in the residence. And then you are not reporting the abuse that a senior student is doing on you. You decided to report it home, and then we see it trending on the social media. Case in point. Last year, a student in Alice is staying with this senior student. Every time when he comes back drunk, he urinates in the pot, the cooking pot. The student stayed there for a while until we see it on the social media of East London, Mudantsane News. It was trending there. It triggered us very important and very urgently because you can remember the Stellenbosch case where the white man urinated to a black person. Immediately while we are still informing the department, communication and marketing, for them to alert them, Daily Dispatch already picked it up. It has a reputation, bad reputation to the institutions, like we are not taking care of our students. So please, don't wait. Being a first year does not mean good, you are not a human being. And the seniority does not mean good to you guys, you have got less rights than them. When they abuse you, come to our campuses. Those senior students, in fact, they know the consequences of campus control and legal department. I said, let me bring this to your attention. Lastly, to countermeasure of a crime, we have got common crime here: theft, assault, rape, damage to property. Those things are punishable by law, both external and internal. So please, let's try to refrain to do those things, colleagues, so that we finish our degree, nothing attached to your degree. Because when you need a testimony, we contact all stakeholders. We contact all stakeholders whether you have, can we issue a letter of good standing, but you'll find we are resisting. Chair, I think let me say this, because I want them to take serious. There was this student, he was charged for marijuana, magents. So he take it lightly. He didn't follow the order. He didn't go to the DC. He just said, no, I'll just leave the institution. They are crazy. So we give them default judgment. You go and work, because he was doing final year, he left the institution. You go and do internship. Now, after 5 years, the company want to employ that person. But now, he does not have a letter of good standing. You have to come back to campus control. I was not even there by that time acting. Now, but you need to come to my faces. Because when you go to exam, they said, no, go to campus control. There's matter pending. After 5 years, you find good, no, we cannot do a letter of good standing because now he ran away from the DC. But because we're a human being, we want him to be employed. We managed to say, let's change the DC community service to refine. But my point, you understand what I'm saying? So you cannot invade justice, both internal and external. Your employment is still dependent on the university, irrespective if you have completed your degree. Measures. Stop working around alone. Let's work as a group, especially during the night. Try to listen. Know if you are staying in the residence, please know your colleague in the corridor. Let's not put keys in the ordinary places. No, roommate, don't worry, I will put the key under the dustbin. It's where we keep our key. Remember, somebody who wants to commit a crime. He planned. It's not just an incident. He watch you every day as you move around. You know your routes, and then you know this time he like to go at library at 9. He'll come back at 11. In between, something will happen. So your equipment, like laptop, iPhone, a common crime is laptop and iPhones. Please engrave them with your ID somewhere secretly, because when you open a case, when we take the case for forensic or the police, they will need a serial number. You just take the box, you throw it away. They cannot trace it. They cannot even, when you go and open a case, but they can't do anything. I think program director, I think so far, if something is left, we are still going to do e-orientation in terms of with the faculty department. So we still, whatever we left out, we are still going to continue engaging with the youth student. We welcome you as campus control, but we also require respect. Some of the information we'll need from you to assist. Don't be afraid to come forward. Even ourselves, we do have a confidential policy whereby, whereby we're not good. You can tell us, just say, oh, this and this is selling alcohol in the residence. Come us. We'll help you. We know how to do these things. Thank you very much, colleague, prom director. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Tata. Tata uthi nibe zimpimpi ba. Nyadla. Is Mr. Ngenge here? Ophumile.
All right, good afternoon, colleagues. Welcome to you first years again. I will have a talking tomorrow, colleagues. I have been advised just to spare a few seconds here. We have observed the need for us to come and provide a clarity on two things, which seeks to, I think now we are slowly taking a wrong direction. One, the first part is the issue of accommodation in the East London campus. The process started last year, first years, and unfortunately it could not be concluded last year. We are anticipating that there's a council meeting tomorrow and that the determination will be made tomorrow. All necessary submissions has been made. Immediately when we get the outcomes of the meeting tomorrow, a permanent allocation for the whole year will then kickstart immediately. We are not going to hold any further. In that, we also need to correct this. We came back to the university on the 1st of January. Since that 1st, we're in between campuses, ensuring that there is no student who sleeps on the streets. And that continued up until last night. I left here in East London around 15:15. The last group of students, we took it to the Majestic residence. So if you have got any issue with the temporal accommodation, you are free to raise it to the SRC. The SRC is always moving around the colleagues. So that's the first part. Tomorrow we are closing the chapter. Students will be allocated in line with the residence policies and all that. Those who have applied, those who have got the status and whatever that is. And the second part, colleagues, is the allowance. The meal allowance. Now, figure at university, the NSFAS provides you with a sum of plus minus 1,700 per month, and also with a sum of plus minus 5,500 book allowances as a once-off. All that will be distributed in the first weeks of February. That also the SRC will take a lead on that. SRC will take a lead on that. All students who have applied for NSFAS, who have been identified as part of the list and all that, they are going to receive their allowances. Then, I think those are two main mischief. The other thing, colleagues, members, first years, we have got a problem, and I must say it. We have got student leaders who have been here in the institution. It's almost 7 years now. The system can only, if you are here to do a 3-year degree, you are only allowed to have 1 year extra. Should you not succeed on this 4th year, then you will be mobilizing first years who doesn't know what is happening within the university to fight your own battles. We are also working on that. We have got a closer look on that. We know the culprits. We have got the list. Some of them, it's not possible for them to register this year. The faculties have given them grace. Financial aid have given, they owe something close to 200, 300,000, some of them, because of the duration that they have been here. So please be careful. They are here. They are amongst us. They are amongst us. So whatever that they present to you, you must be able to be selective. And by the way, I'm even tempted, a chairperson, before I sit, to say whoever is going to address you must first produce a degree certificate. Failure which, thank you very much, colleagues. We will be on the lookout. We are on the ground up until everything gets resolved. Upper Pamgwe campuses, Mr. Ngenge, if you will ask Mr. Ngenge for any assistance, SRC is going to direct you. You President, they are always here. For anything that you need help, the university officials are on the ground. No one should take you for any strike, chaos, and all that. It's going to give you, actually, you will have a very bad start for the year. Should you tamper with the university facilities and those cameras captures you, what Mr. Mbao was saying here is going to come into reality even before you could start with your classes. With that, colleagues, the issue of accommodation will be resolved. Allowances, you are going to receive them. We'll have a very good start for the year, up until we see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Ngenge. Ms. T. We are doing the vote of thanks now. And announcements. That announcement, please.
DJ has kawashukumisa nje ifuna this side one, this side one, this side one. Sibone ba ngubani umajayivana okhoyo. Yes, before umajayivana ngapha, umajayivana that side. Ndizampa i-t-shirt ojayivileyo. Uba ngakhange ayifumane i-t-shirt. I'll give you. Yes. Hayibo. Yes. Hayibo. Gab akekho. Angikwazi ujayiva ngapha. Hayibo. Bayas. Okay. Nishai, ne? Nise shy. Okay, so if I need jive, it means abantu basemonto abazuya eAlice for freshers in the app. There's no point basi nise Alice kaloku. Alice is your jive, baba. And ngoku abantu base Alice baya jive. They are jive students, Alice, I'm sure about that one. So nizafika pha nisihlaze yabona. Anyways, I'm not going to be long. This is just to do a vote of thanks to all our colleagues who came, took time. These are very busy people that actually made time for you to come and just welcome you, but also to give you very important information that you are going to need. Siyayazi, guys, it's a lot of information, but it is information that we know you will need somewhere, somehow. Sis Noctula, Unyansile, you don't want to be called by legal because it should be. If you are called there, if you are getting an email at illegal, you must know, but yeah, it should be. And it should be very fast with you first years. This week is long for some of you. Next week, Siyayazi bazawuqala cases already. Very important, be responsible in your sexual activities. We know you are having sex, you are adults. We are not saying don't have sex, but be responsible. Be a responsible adult. As a female, don't wait for the guy to have a condom. Now I have a condom because you want to have sex most with this guy. Have it. If he says, "Anayo," then you say, well, we sorted. None now. E-condoms are free on campus. And obviously, what is also very important is not just safe sex, sexual health is important. Go check yourselves at clinic, for other things, health related, very important. If you have a medical issue, declare a res, guys. Uzokwaziwa so that uzoncedisa usapota ungabona ngawufeinta. And we don't know. So you can declare confidentially at your residence with your subwarden, matrons, health services, even at SCU as well. When it comes to GBV, don't wait until nguwe umntu oyi victim to report it. If you can see uneighbor wako, urumza wako, toxic situation, I don't want to stay in a toxic relationship because sanphazamisa. Yabo? We are a GBV office, ukazba une situation up next door. I don't know what's happening, but I call normal. Ne? You don't normalize toxic relationships. Don't normalize unhealthy engagements. Very important, the other thing that I must just highlight quickly, again, also speaking around ukuhlalisana, you must be able to live in harmony with others. Abanye benu uqhela uhlala wedwa kokwenu neroom yakho. Uyabo, ngoku uyafika res ufuna ukushare space. And some of you can be rude to your roommates. You can be bullies. Umntana abantu akakwazi ngoku noba makabe free apha kule room nisherayo because kaloku uhleli nesigebenga. Yabo? Because wena uhleli nje uqumile, you are angry. You need to learn to live in harmony. Universities are public spaces. Urumza wako has the right to be there. Right? You can't say now because wena usuke Limpopo, or you are coming, from another country, by the way, as Ud director said here, international students are also here. So you have to be accommodative. You have to give this person the space also to exist freely. Okay, we've had cases where a student will say, I don't want to stay Nalona because, I don't. This is university. People can be whoever they want to be. Gay, lesbian, transgender. where now you are going to tolerate living with that person because they don't need your permission to exist. They do exist. They have a right to exist. They have a right to be educated. So you see, as a biases, as a judgmental things that you have, also as a Kayeni, you're gonna have to leave them there by the door because they're gonna get you into trouble. Bullying online, another pandemic that we have, because uzovula account, fake account, uzbizba wena ungusbanbane singamazi. And then you start writing things that are inappropriate, that are discriminatory to others, spreading lies. That's actually bullying. That's part of harassment. The GBV office has a GBV, anti-GBV policy, right? Harassment policy. You must read it in line with the rules, because some of you are niyaz noba iqala iphele GBV, bullying is part of GBV. You are going to be dealt with. You can't make another person feel small, feel like they don't belong in a space that we are supposed to belong. You don't like the way a person looks or the way they dress, it's none of your business. You mind your own, you do what you came here to do, study, right? Very, very important. You are adults. Being an adult, you have to filter certain things. You have an opinion, maybe you don't need to share it. Keep it to yourself. Especially if you know it's going to be hurtful to the other person, it's going to be harmful to the other person. Maybe share it when, glanda ni judgmental kuyo, where you are homophobic, ni share it but not eskolwen. Homophobia, we don't tolerate. Xenophobia, we don't tolerate. Okay? Learn a language that the other person is speaking. You don't have to be fluent. Jengamba and Sazis Fender. But and Matekwana, I know, and the Mascheroni, Wabon, Len Sutu, Wabon. So, and when you are making an effort to learn someone else's language, you're saying, welcome, you're saying, we are one. I see you, you see me, I respect you, I want to connect with you. And that is very important, to live in harmony with others. A lot has been said today, and I want to thank our colleagues again. Thank you, Director. Thank you, Sister Kalipa, for your team to come here. Thank you, Legal and Governance. Thank you, GBV. Thank you, HIV, and thank you, DU. Thank you, Mr. Mbao. Hey, asifuni masela at university. Don't steal laptops. Everybody gets their own laptop. Don't steal the phone. We know everyone wants the iPhone, but this thing is expensive, So if you can't afford it, buy another phone that is affordable, accept the conditions also of your family. If Umzali can't afford the iPhone, then okay, accept that. But don't steal. Don't steal clothes. You must be okay with what you have. Make do with what you have. But if you don't have enough, can you help me with 1, 2, 3, and 4? Right? Come to our offices and ask for help, but don't steal, because we can't help you. We can't convince Onoktuluba, Shem, she's the only one, he's the only one at home, they are very poor. You become very creative when you are writing now, after you guys have done wrong things. I'm the only one at home. Think about that before you act. Think about the fact that you might be the only one, the first one to come to university. You also have a future, you have dreams. I would imagine that the fact that you are here, it's a big deal, because there's thousands of students that passed very well that didn't get a chance to come to university. So don't take that privilege lightly. Make sure you use it, and make sure you seize the opportunities that are here. As we always do, we're going to ask our colleagues to excuse us. Nicely at Seminar 8, that side, they will get their refreshments. And then, share Katina, and then I'll do announcements for the students. Thank you so much, colleagues. Thank you so much, Director. Are you going to go that side as well? Anifuna ujayiva ngo? Go Wamkelekile. Eh? Ithini? Anifuna ujayiva ngo? Eh? Kanti phakameni ijayiveni, hayibo? Hayibo, ngapha. 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 No one. Eh? No one wants to dance. Eh? Okay, now that we are alone, simple, don't panic, don't rush. Uzafumana, everyone, we have catered for you. You're going to get your pack. The mentors are going to assist you to make sure that you get your pack. But I hear that some of you didn't sign. Can we get the hands for those who didn't sign the register? Those who didn't sign the register. Yes. Guys, please come to those who didn't sign and just make sure that they sign the register. We must account here, you see. We must make sure the numbers are corresponding. Please sign the register. And then you are going to get your packs seated here. Once you get your packs, you're going to move nicely in order. If you have money packs, sit down. They will come to you. Don't panic. Now, the announcements as they are busy making sure you are signing. Tomorrow, Senzandon tomorrow. Who's abaning Ngomso? Who's coming? Which departments? I did say that after psychosocial support, we go into the other support. What is the other support? No, what is the other support? I called it something, no, but I said financial aid is going to be part of that, but I said it's going to be Don support that is presenting. Did Don? Eh? Yeah? Who can I be up? Ubi? Yes. Did I know academic support? Yes. Yes. Listening, eh? Very important. You must come again tomorrow. We're going to start sharp again in the morning. Hopefully we won't have any disruptions and delays tomorrow. Tomorrow is academic support. Okay, the departments that you are needing to help you make sure that your academics are going to move smoothly. A university kuko into ekuthiwa ngo-blackboard nendoni, so you need to know those things because apha awuzufunda njenge-textbook qha ne xa usubmit is-assignment awuyoyihenda in uyise ngesandla apha. Don't do those things here ne. So you need to understand how do you submit your assignments, where do you go, how do you book appointments. So TLC is going to be here. There is also going to be someone who's telling you about the portal that we've created, no TLC for your information only. First years, we're going to put all the information that is related to you on that portal. They're going to talk to you about that. So tomorrow is academic support. Be here 9 a.m. so that we can start the program early. The sooner we start the better for us to leave early. Then Friday, Sandandoni? Friday. Huh? Says the presentation, but this is Friday is the sports department. Yes, sports department and student governance and development office. The societies are going to present. And then Saturday says Andoni. Yeah? So we are going to again tell you when at what time you're going to sign up for the freshers. Don't go to SCU now. We will sign up because we haven't said about what time you're going to sign up. Limited spaces for freshers in Daba. And if you didn't get a t-shirt, Wukona, Monday, you signed the register. You signed that list. They are going to send you an email to come and fetch those t-shirts once they are there. If you come Monday, you snooze, you lose. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so kuthiwa selikhona ixesha lokubhalisa for indaba. Friday, 8 a.m. Where, Martha? At SCU? SCU. SCU, not SIU. Hey! SCU. Eh? Student Counseling Unit. You go to register for the Indaba. Like I said, first come, first serve for Indaba. If you come very late, it was off because pay list basis because only a limited number of students. Okay. Any questions today about today? Right? You guys are good. Nilambile ngoko? Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. So we'll see you tomorrow again. Academic support.